Kia ora, good evening and welcome to Mount Smart Stadium. Go Media Mount Smart number 2 for the second edition of Wednesday Night League, well the second match of Wednesday Night League, following the 22-16 win by the Howick Hornets against Mount Albert in the Women's Premiership, which was week 13. They've got one more regular season to go, but that was a huge result for the Howick Hornets, considering they want a home ground advantage in the semi-finals. They came into this match this evening in second position. But now we turn our attention to the final regular season round of the Fox Memorial Premiership. And it is a critical match for the Te Atatu Roosters as they face off the Papakura Sea Eagles. Why? Because the Te Atatu Roosters sit in 7th position. Now, if we take a look at the points table for the Fox Memorial Premiership, just let me remind you that the points table means the top 6 go through, and then the top 2 at the end of this coming weekend will get the weekend off. And it's very, very similar to the NRL competition when you look at how things work out. Round 10 results, Point Chev 38-18 over Marist. Otahu hammered Glenora 68-4. Howick 40-18 over Bay Roskill. Mount Albert 24-16 against Te Atatu. Papakura come into this key match after a 26-4 against Manukau, and Richmond put 72 on, and Mangere East ended up with the donut. So this is what the points table looks like with this final week of competition. Point Chevalier on 19 points, Richmond 17, Howick 16, Papakura 14, Otahu there as well, and then you've got Marist on 10 and Te Atatu on 8. So Glenora and Te Atatu, and Marist have a big match this weekend because they face up against Howick, who sit in 3rd position and who are going to be playing finals football. So you could suggest that Marist's position and the ability to play semi-finals is hanging by somewhat of a thread at the moment. But we shall wait and see. We are not too far away from these teams coming out and getting ready to play footy. This weekend, Manukau face Otahu at Moyle Park number 1. Mount Albert play Point Chevalier at Fowles Park number 1. Mangere East against Bay Roskill at Walter Massey number 3. Richmond versus Glenora at Greyland number 1. And Marist versus Howick. That's a big game for Marist, and they know it, at Murray Halberg number 1. All those matches are at 2:30 this coming Saturday, courtesy of the Auckland Rugby League. But tonight, Te Atatu will be the team feeling the heat. The Roosters need the W if they are to try and squeeze their way into the playoffs. It certainly has been an outstanding season of footy. And a lot of people have turned up to round the grounds. A couple of weeks ago, we were out at Glenora, and it was a good, strong local crowd out at Glenora having a good old time. So when week 1, it works like this. 1 and 2 have the rest, and then 3 play 6 and 4 plays 5. Week 2, the top team will play the winner of the game between 4 and 5, and the second place team at the end of the regular season will play the winner of 3 and 6, and that will be the preliminary final. So weeks 1 and 2, just like in the NRL, that's what goes down. Charlotte Scanlon joins me, Stephen McIver in the hot seat here at Mount Smart Stadium number 2. Should be a good one tonight. I was just suggesting, Charlotte, while you were coming back up and just checking in on the teams, that Te Atatu need this W. And the thing is, Marist is sitting on 10 points, Te Atatu on 8 points, Glenora on 8 points. But Marist have to place Howick. So there's an opening here. We'll have to delve into the finer art of for and against. But to get the W is critical for Te Atatu tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And Papakura have been a really strong team this year. Bit of a dark horse. It's not going to be easy for Te Atatu. They are a team that could do it, though.
So teams coming out onto the ground tonight, and just may I say, this ground is in beautiful order, but as both Charlotte and I remarked in the women's game, it's very dewy and the ball is slippery. We saw on a number of occasions the ball go to ground and players have trouble hanging on to it. So, and this game will be much faster, although we have to say congratulations to both Howick and also Mount Albert, because the pace of that game, particularly in the first half, was one of the quickest we've seen so far. It slowed down by the 20-minute mark, but then kicked off again. And that back 20, didn't it, in the second half?
Yeah, it did, and it's definitely on brand of how we want to start playing rugby league here in New Zealand. Those girls' skill set was phenomenal, especially in that first 20 minutes. It's just making sure that we can last all the way through to the 80 and that push support is there.
So there you have Te Atatu in their familiar colours, and you'll see the Papakura Sea Eagles in their maroon jerseys, ready to go. Pucky Parkinson is the referee this evening, with Brent Newton and Lo Ovala as his touchies. Big props to the officials in the last game too, particularly referee David Miller for entertaining us.
He looked like he was having a ball out there.
He was having a fine old time. So, Pucky Parkinson in charge tonight. Here we go. The start of the final round in the regular season of the Fox Memorial. And it's Te Atatu to start this match off here at Go Media Mount Smart Stadium, number 2 ground. Straight in it for the Papakura Sea Eagles is Junior Peter. Chuha is looking for some runner, didn't have anyone, so it's taken down.
Don't normally see that, the fullback on the second carry.
No, you don't. A little bit of miscommunication there. This is a strong run now by Isilele Matalave in the 10 jersey for Papakura. Joyce hands it off. That's Tahitua. Viliami gets them to halfway. Big ball out the back. It's 5 and last. Little chip and chase. Ran into the player, but they get away with it. Picked up and knocked on, though.
You can see the intent here from Papakura to want to play an aggressive attacking style of footy.
Well, if you're going for the chip and chase on 5 and last,
your first set.
You're showing your cards quickly, aren't you, huh?
You really are.
So it was Kaylin Clyde that knocked on for the Te Atatu Roosters. A little bit of a shuffle in the back line.
Last man lock is tight. Wait for the break. Wait for the break call. Wait for the break call. Go, boys.
A little more serious referee Parkinson and giving his instructions out. They go the short side. Here come the Sea Eagles. This is Matalave. Good strong run. Needs 3 to take him down. Here's Tanks Tukinga waiting. Oh, they get another one. Give another one away. They can't afford to do this. I think when you and I first called the Papakura Sea Eagles, you were surprised at how good they were. They shocked everybody in pool play, didn't they?
Yes.
To qualify for the Fox.
Yeah. I had seen them coming through, and I knew that they were going to put out a good brand of footy on that first game at North Harbour Stadium.
Tahitua plays the ball, comes wide. And they're running hard. Here come the Papakura Sea Eagles. Tukinga. Short ball. Finds Tuvailopa. He's held up about 5 out from the line. Little short ball. Running onto it. Drops the ball. Junior Peter. Got a little excited. Intention was there, though. Short ball running hard onto it.
The intent is there straight away to try and smash down that front door, play nice and fast and nice and direct.
By the way, did you go and have a chat to Tash McPherson and say, I loved you using your shoulder tonight, since you're a fan of dropping the shoulder?
I am. I didn't actually manage to see her, but I'll make sure to message.
Give her a little DM.
Yeah.
Drop a little DM. Loving your work tonight, girl. Meanwhile, Rooster ball. This is Kale Johnson. A little bit of a bobble. So both teams are this early in the half, just maybe struggling with the dew on the ball. So you want to play percentage ball when that comes to play, don't you, Charlotte?
Yeah, you want to create those deep sets, kick into the corners and play more of a defensive game. Call there for a flop.
So Finau Vako Takakala was the man carrying the ball. A little bit of a stop-start, isn't it? A real settling period. We've already seen what Papakura want to do. As you said, smash down the door. Now let's see what the Roosters have got in them. Just a reminder, this is the final round of the regular season. The Roosters need the W to have a chance of making the 6. Tofu Timoteo plays the ball. Waiting is Clyde. It's Maipi, quick play. There's Pefarangi. Pefarangi looking for the quick play. You know he's going to get the penalty there.
Yeah, you heard the ref there call move. Unfortunate timing, I would say.
No, just pushing the play. Pushing the play. Here they come. Vako Takakala, leg drive, gets the Roosters inside the 10. Probably about 7 out. Which way do they go? They go the left. Maipi, left, right, stopped. Clyde waiting. Goes right. Good strong one, but how's that for defence? And Tempest felt it. The maroon wall was up to it. Comes left. Takakala flows it out to the left. This is Wikitera. Well taken down by Susumia. Roosters, lots of ball movement. Tofu Timoteo again. 5 and last. They haven't really gone anywhere. So, need to execute here on the last. Little kick through by Pefarangi. Nicely picked up, but knocked on. So they've decided to come at them at pace as well, but maybe with a little more finesse rather than trying to smash the door down, right?
Yeah, they're going a bit sideways. I do think it is a little bit clunky, though. Their timing just seems a little bit off. No one's really hitting that ball with pace or injecting themselves in this early in the game. I would love to see a little bit more depth and, yeah, trying to attack a bit more.
Gee, the Roosters aren't exactly rushing to set a scrum, are they? Temperature's not too bad here on a Wednesday evening. As you can see, it's cold out there and warm breaths hitting the cold air. Pefarangi to feed the scrum. They come left, the Roosters. Wikitera still running. Well handled by the Papakura Sea Eagles. They come back to the right. 5 out now. Plenty of tackles up their sleeve. Can they be the first to score? Put the heat on. Clyde. This is Herbert. Herbert still going, puts the left out. Going close to the touch line. Pefarangi. Nice ball. That's Vako Takakala. He had Maipi waiting. Takakala still going. Comes in. Yeah, a little bit of Clyde again. Vako Takakala. He's getting into it. They're going to need plenty to stop him, aren't they? Little short ball. Clyde tries to get tipped up. And well stopped. So again, probably to what you were saying, a little clunky and maybe a little bit of lack of communication by the Roosters.
Yeah, they looked a bit confused about where they were trying to settle, what point they were trying to get to, and who was taking that hit.
So now Papakura have to work their way off the line. Might be stops them 8 out from their own line. Might be involved again with Wikitera. Papakura sitting 4th on the ladder. A little bit of a break now. That was a tidy little run from Tanks to Kinga. Five and last, communication all over the place by Papakura as well. Looking a little lost, and then a big kick here. They'll get one too. That one's taken to the heavens. You won't want to let that bounce. And day 2. Well, they don't let it bounce. It's dropped. Got a feel for him. And that was Ihaka Tucker Brown. Drops the ball. It was coming down from the stars, Charlotte, that one. And again, combine that with a dewy ball.
Yeah, you can, like we've said, that Papakura have an intent. Both of their kicks have been short. They really want to attack.
Junior Ari Mapita, here we go. Tukinga. He finds Stedman Lefau in the 4 jersey. Tukinga. They spin it left, cut out ball. Finds Joyce. Gets some help from his teammate in Tahitua. Joyce again. Matalavi. Matalavi's been impressive in the short time this game's been going. Left-hand side, little kick through now from Joyce, picked up nicely by the Roosters, so execution.
There's a good little dart there, and a nice pick-up considering how many balls have been dropped so far.
Up now. Hold. Goes to.
Rooster ball. They have to work themselves out of that and a half. High shot called. So they get a little bit of a breath. Pewharangi not really wanting to rush this. Pewharangi can play footy. Plenty of NRL and Super League experience. That's a good kick too. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. I thought he was going to have a cracking touch finder straight into the hands of the Papakura Sea Eagles, and they get themselves back just inside their own half.
Bit of a commentator's curse there.
Thanks for that, Charlotte. Wasn't going to mention it all, but gee whiz, thanks for bringing that up.
Oh, definitely not what you want after being able to grab yourself a penalty to not get it out.
Wednesday Night League, no score in this opener for the final round of the regular season, round 11 of the Fox Memorial Premiership. Now some running. Here goes Tuha. Tuha looking around, but well covered off as Tucker Brown from the Roosters got in his way to try and get that last pass away. Susumia drops the ball straight back into the hand of the Roosters. Nice movement, shattered very quickly. This is Tuha, the fullback, trying to get away underneath. Excuse me, Robin Shane Herbert, my apologies. As Tucker Brown gets the play. Oh, that's a dead stop tackle, isn't it? That's a hell of a tackle from Tahitua. Vako Takakala is a lump to stop. Might have got in the way of his own man, but they're still alive and might be chip and chase. Slips, but picked up nicely by the Papakura Sea Eagles. That's a good carry too by Jamie Henry. It's all a bit scattergun, this approach by both teams, isn't it, Charlotte?
Yeah, it really is. I don't know where they're going to kick to or what play they're going to do, and I don't think they know either.
So someone needs to take control of both these sides. Normally that's your halves pulling the strings. This is Stedman Lefau playing in the 4 jersey, but playing in the second row. Tukinga waiting. Finds Joyce. He kicks one that comes off the knee of Herbert, not the hand. Some of the crowd, I'm sure, who are Papakura supporters thought that was the hand, but it was well off the knee. And Hakara is waiting in the 5. Bang! Take that, says Joyce. Hakara, little short ball carry. This is Herbert. I think the one thing that's quite apparent, nice hit and spin from Kale Johnson, is the lack of urgency. There seems to be a definite lack of urgency. Maipi gets the Roosters over halfway and into Seagull territory. Good pressure on the kicker too. Waiting for it, they let it bounce, but no. Okay. I thought it was pretty fair to be. I thought the timing was pretty on that, but Pucky Johnson, the referee, says no thanks. Don't think you're right there. So Roosters with another set in good field position too. They're 35 out. They'll kick for touch to get that a little bit closer. How much do you want to play finals football? That should be the question.
It should be the question.
It should be the question from week 1. You know? not when you're on the edge, but you need the win, and you probably need to win big as well. Here come the Roosters. Wikitera has been busy every time he's carried. He's attracted them like flies. Clyde. Hakaraia. Maipi. Last time we called this match, he was playing at hooker. Now he's playing at loose forward. Pewharangi, nice ball, held on to, no. Dumped on the deck by Sean Tempest.
You could see what they were trying to do there. There was definitely a hole there for him to run. I think just the timing was a little bit off. If he had just a little bit more depth, could run onto it with pace, he would have been through.
So the trainer's having a good yell at the Papakura forwards, doing a bit of pointing and yelling, and gotta love that, though, don't you? It's all part of that game, all part of that tapestry of the game.
I think they call it passion.
Yeah. Well, you know leagueies, right? They love their game with a passion, regardless of what level. Would it be under eights right up to the NRL level? So where's that ball gone?
Everyone's a bit confused.
Yeah. Round and round the little merry-go-round, that one. So it's still Papakura ball, early in the tackle count.
Work out of there, 30! Wait, 10, wait!
This is Stedman Lafau. Every time he's got the ball, he's attracted plenty of Te Atatu defenders. Junior Peter. Tackle 4, running out of tackles. They need to make some good yards here. That's Doni Tuvailopa playing the ball about 8 out from halfway. Here it is, 5 and last. They go to the air again. They got a reward from this last time. Do they let it bounce? Yes, they do. It's going to bounce straight into the hands of a retreating player, Hakaraia, and it's gone backwards, says Paki Parkinson. So breathe a sigh of relief on that one. And high shot from Gila Tuha.
Risky play, not taking that on the full.
And we have to talk about that again. They're looking at each other going, yours,
Is
mine,
it yours?
mine, yeah. I mean, you don't want to be the one that drops it if you're going to drop it. I get it, but communication seems to be at odds on both sides at the moment.
Yeah, when it comes to high balls, it's always the person running onto it. Always.
On the foot. You time it. Go.
Ihaka Tucker Brown with the first carry. Clyde waiting. Still no score.
To the side, Johnny! Lock in 17.
Clyde, this is Scott Tufa Timoteo. Big man running out into actually two very big men in the likes of Stedman, Lafau and co. Clyde waiting. Can they convert? Can they execute when it matters? Pewharangi, short ball, finds Tempest, who dropped the ball the last time he had a crack at that line. They look up, but they're still going to the right-hand side. This is Herbert. 5 and last, 11 out. Can they do some damage? Can they get a repeat set? Can they score? Pewharangi goes to the air.
Off red, I think I can hear.
I heard off red, off blue, off red, off blue.
Then handover.
So it's handover. Well, actually, no, it's not a handover. It's off red. It's blue ball.
How confusing.
That's okay. We know what's going on. The Roosters have got the ball 10 out and a full set to play with. Under 22 to play in the first half. Still no score. Tofa Tumateo.
It's not positive when your prop looks around like, who's taking the first?
7 out, Clyde. Pewharangi. This is a big run coming in from Vakau Takakala. He's also meeting men of the same size. Might be. Toots wanted one there. He saw it. Pewharangi. Ball touched. Full set again. Hakaraia looks left. Comes back inside. Gains an easy 5. Zero tackle. Full set up their sleeve. In go the Roosters. This is Mosesi Tuivoavoa in the 16 jersey. Pifarangi. Good shot, good bounce. But guess what? Who came off better there? Well, you know Vakau Takagala did, because Olivetti couldn't stop him. Like hitting a brick wall at speed. Pifarangi now starting to pull the strings. Likes the look of Tempest. Tempest running off the shoulder. Pifarangi again, looks up, holds it. Nice ball out. Here come the Roosters. Roosters are in. Bucky Parkins is happy with the grounding, and they are the first to score. And it's the 19 in the form of Polder Star Manning that gets the first 4-pointer for the Te Atatu Roosters.
Yeah, I really like Herbert's touch here. Yeah, it was Herbert. Just holding it off, really injecting himself in that backdoor option. He's actually been busy, apart from his kick catches, he's been really good attacking the ball. He's changing the pace of the game. He has really nice footwork, and that was just a nice silky touch there to be able to get his winger through.
Well, what's more noticeable too is the man that's about to attempt the conversion, Api Pafarangi, starting to get his hands on the ball more, hold it and wait. It's now start to sort of construct their attack close in the red zone, right? Because it's been all over the place. Let's be blunt. This first 15 minutes by both sides has been a scattergun approach.
Yeah, and that looked like a well-worked play there. So it's good to see that.
Pifarangi with the extras if he can. He's well on the touchline, getting plenty of attention from the junior kids who are the ball boys going, come on, son. You know what you're doing. Show us how to do it so we can repeat that. Strikes it well, and it's going to come around sweetly. And doesn't come around sweetly.
I think it just dropped short a little bit there.
So doesn't get the conversion, but the score is now 4-0 in favour of the team that needs the W tonight. The Te Atatu Roosters sitting 7th on the table. The top 6 are playoff bound. Marist sitting in that final spot at the moment, 2 points ahead. This could be a for and against weekend, which is just what you want, because you've got to go out and you've got to go and win a game and try and get as many points as that's what you love about it.
That's what we love about this game for sure.
Huge weekend as it's the opening weekend of the NRLW. A ton of New Zealand women playing for various teams. We'll try and get through them at some stage. Georgia Hale features in the opening game of the weekend at 2:50 on Saturday afternoon for the Titans against North Queensland Cowboys, featuring Tiana Rupstrand-Smith as we restart this Week 11 match between the Te Atatu Roosters, who have the ball now and are leading 4-0 against the Papakura Sea Eagles, who sit in position number 4 and look pretty comfortable to be playing finals footy in 2023 in the Fox Memorial Premiership. Clyde finds Maipi. He's been busy. Get the feeling he quite likes that 13 jersey. Probably because he doesn't have to be facing front rows and having to tackle them in the 9 spot.
I actually really like now Te Atatu seem to be running with a lot more intent onto the ball. Already over the 50.
Tofa Timoteo plays it 45 out from the Papakura line. Hakara'a, little chip and chase on. What's the chase like? The chase is good. Come off well. Picked up by Wikitera. Still alive. Pifarangi still going. Ball's knocked down and doesn't call a knock on, says knocked back.
Interesting, and nothing called from the
understatement of the day. Interesting. Ball knocked down, not called knock on.
I just think it was facing the other way. They were facing the other way. Is that something a touchy can call?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah,
they can. I've got to say, it looked like a knock on, dead set.
It was dead set a knock on.
So tidy little run there by Tanks Dulkinger, and he'll get the penalty too, so he'll relieve some pressure on his team going forward. They'll gain some free meters.
Te Atatu just done a little hard done by there. But that's footy, not every call can be right.
Yes, and we don't have the pleasure or the technology of a bunker, and sometimes, you know, I'm quite happy about that, because you know, it gets to the point where a fingernail can be the difference between a team making playoff footy, you know, in the NRL and the likes. This is a nice strong run from Stedman Lafau. Needs 3 to get him down. They're closing in on the Te Atatu line. Narima Pita, Notgulum Jr. Picked up nicely by Tukinga. He finds Tuvai Lopa. This is Matalave still going. Wrap up his left arm so he can't stretch out. What's the response going to be like from Papakura? Do they hit back straight away? Backing into it is Peter Olivete. Matalave was waiting. Had to take that ball on the knees. It's gone through and picked up nicely by their fullback for Te Atatu, Robin Shane Herbert. So try saver and well played.
Starting to get a few good passages of play here from both teams. It's making it more exciting to watch.
Well, they're finding their rhythm. They're finding their rhythm. Maybe the lads don't like the cold because the women came out. The women came out as if it was a sunny afternoon and were throwing the ball around and entertaining us. Now they start going. Here we go. That's Boulder Star Manning, the try scorer, looking for the quick play. Clyde steps off his right and still going. Clyde, he's looking for Manning. Manning picks it up and drops it.
I would not be happy if my hooker gave me a ball like that.
Ball's gone backwards, came out of the Papakura Sea Eagles' hand, so gee whiz, maybe it is the ball is really dewy out there, Charlotte. Tukinga doing a lot of work in the 17 as Tanks. Plays at 20 out from their own line. That's the Sea Eagles line. Nicest work by Christopher Smithson.
Good post-contact meters there.
And the penalty.
What more do you want from back five?
Oh, hang on. Time for a chat. Let's listen. Oh.
Can't be slowing it down.
You need to get off quicker.
So Paki Parkinson laying down the law. Tell you what, for a ref he looks in good nick, doesn't he? Looks like he's been dead. Looked like it was chest and shoulder day today for Paki.
I'm sure he will appreciate that compliment.
Wednesday Night League live on Sky Sports Select Channel 50. Trust you're enjoying this one. It's the start of the final round of the regular season of the Fox Memorial. Papakura in the maroon, trailed by 4. They're against the Te Atatu Roosters, who need the win if they want a chance, and I say a chance, of playing playoff footy. Tahitua with the slow play the ball. This is Tuvailopa. Hands it off to Jared Tisese. He's a lot to handle, but it slows the play down. Just what you want if you're the Roosters coach, Vicesio Stefano. Running now, stepping. Lots of work being done here by Samuel Joyce. Inside the 10. Still tackles up the Sea Eagles sleeves. They go the short side. Running hard was Olivetti.
They've gone that short side twice now, even though Te Atatu have had the numbers to defend that.
Ball is flicked out. Nice little kick up high, but picked up and dropped. Picked up and dropped.
And then a penalty for offside.
So more tackles for Papakura to hammer the Roosters line. Here they come. Big, strong first carry by Isilele Matalave. Only 2 out. Tukinga goes himself and gets it. Look at that. Little snipe out of acting half. And they lock this one up. Good work by Tanks Tukinga. And the Sea Eagles are on the board in week 11 of Wednesday Night League.
It was smart here, just playing through the middle, playing nice and direct. You can see there, has a little look. Straight over.
Had to get through the likes of Vako Takakala. That's brave in anyone's estimation. Vako Takakala is a lump of a lad and has been working really hard in the first half. But Tukinga does the job. That'll make him feel good too. That'll make the team feel good because it's been a bit clunky.
It has been a bit clunky. Right underneath the 6 though, so surely this will make it 6.
So 4-all with the kick to come. Successful conversion from Olivetti, and the Papakura Sea Eagles hit the front. The score now as we head to the tail end of the first half, it's 6-4 in favour of Papakura. So that's a bit of a leveler, Charlotte. Te Atatu have had plenty of ball, but again, letting the ball bounce, or the high ball seems to be working. Papakura playing to the conditions probably at this stage on 2 occasions.
Yeah, they found a lot of joy there putting the ball up high in the air. I think that's something that they need to stick to throughout this game and just really put the back three of Te Atatu on notice.
So back come the Sea Eagles now. Big, strong run from Jared to Sese, straight into the front line.
Great carry.
Gets a good play too. That's Stedman Lafau.
Stedman, you're off the mark, mate. Take the markers out. Go, Sue.
Junior Tukinga's on now. And this is Tanks Tukinga. Papakura. Good hit and spin from Donny Tuvailopa. Tukinga wanting a quick play of the ball. There's a little bit of urgency now in the way they're playing. They go to the air again. You wouldn't want to drop another one. Robin Shane Herbert takes it nicely, gets a good run, beats the first tackler. Stopped though by Tukinga. Tight little run by Hikurangi Paki. This is Caleb Johnson.
Hands up. Wait, go 3, on the mark.
Pifarangi, short ball. Finally hit halfway. Herbert's play just inside the Sea Eagles half. Calls of forward there, but not going to be given.
Just what you need from your back three to get you all the way up to halfway before a middle has to take it.
Now that was good defence. That was good pressure defence by the Papakura Sea Eagles. They had Api Pefarangi in 6s and 7s. He had to get the ball away, and suddenly Tempest fires the ball in his hand on 5. So that was good.
It was good.
Just a reminder, the Newcastle Knights and the NRLW feature Abigail Roach, a Richmond player, and Layshawn Albert Jones from Point Shevin. St George Dragons, Tyler Nathan Wong, former Newland Stags Junior and Blackfern. This is going to be a really interesting debut for her in the NRLW. Brisbane have Mele Hufanga, Annette Claudia Nusala from Otara, and Tafito Lafayette from Howick. Amber Hall, Mahil Mawana, Tuila Fotumawala, and Alexandra Kiriwi all play for the Sydney Roosters. That game, Broncos-Roosters, Saturday at 9:45 in the NRLW. See Boulder, Star Manning about to launch himself at Louis Susumia. Susumia is away. Susumia still going. Tidy meters for him now. Papakura inside the last 10. Can they add more points? Stedman Lafau.
Te Atatu just slow to get back on defence. Oh, Papakura slowing it down too.
Ball goes in the air, courtesy of Samuel Joyce. Once again, they're playing the conditions. Picked up nicely by Herbert.
Just gaining a bit of confidence, I think, from his runs.
He's had plenty of practice.
Yeah.
They've thrown that ball to the heavens every time they've got it. Joyce says, oh, I'll go again, shall we? Johnson with the ball now.
Not there, 14.
Good run.
Oh, let go. Three.
Ooh, easy meters there from behind the ruck.
That was good work by Johnson.
On now, mate.
Here's Vako Takakala. Just getting it up the middle, softening up a few more. Pewharangi now. Cut out ball and finds Casper the Ghost on the sideline. Parramatta play the West Tigers in the NRLW. Point Sheva got 2 former players there. Kipri Peiko and Shannon Muru. The Tigers have got Leon Tufunga and a Richmond player. Sunday, the Cronulla Sharks have Anessa Biddle and Harata Butler out of Tani Wharau. And the Canberra Raiders, Madison Bartlett, Mackenzie Wiki, of course, daughter of the great one. We'll call him the great one. Let him feel good about that one. Ruben.
He is a great one, no doubt about it.
Harvey Nichols and Kirahitina Matu out of Manorewa. That Sharks Raiders game is Sunday at 3:50 in the opening weekend of the NRLW. Good D by the Roosters. Good D. Tuvai Lopez calling for a strip. No, it was all good tackle. A little over 5 to play in the first half. Just 6-4. 2 tries scored in week 11 of the men's premiership, the Fox Memorial Premiership.
Jamie in front of the line with me. In front.
Neither side really making a statement to other teams that they're, ready to challenge. It's a long way to go, though. It's a 3-week final series. Week 1, 3 will play 6 and 4 will play 5. And 1 and 2 get the week off. Oh, yeah. That's good to watch. Tahi Tua. Straight into Tui Voavua.
That was definitely a statement.
Yeah. Here he goes again. Vako Takakala.
Don't crowd him. All the way 14.
We talk about this time of play with only 4 minutes to go. It's going to be who crosses this side of the half to see who kind of starts to win that momentum.
Good run by Clyde. It was cheap meters too. Herbert's waiting at acting half. Says it's too slow, sir. Pewharangi again. Hakaraya outside to Johnson. Johnson finds his winger and it's knocked on by the Papakura Sea Eagles, so they'll get another set. So that's, despite not getting the 4-pointer, they'll get another crack at it. Plenty of time too. 3:38 and counting in the first half. Rooster ball.
Not a bad result there for Te Atatu, like you said, to be able to get it back. I think if they complete this, they'll definitely be getting a try at the end of it.
Okay, let's see what your call's like.
He's hoping commentator's curse doesn't exist for me.
I'm not saying anything. Tempest plays the ball. Vako Takakale. He'll carry through, but wow, he is met well by Jared Tisese and 2 of his mates from the Seagulls. Clyde is waiting. Big run, dummy run. Good run there. And there is a try. Try to Boston Hakaraya for the Te Atatu Roosters. Dummy runner got it, and no commentator's curse. Charlotte Scanlon calls the try. If they get this right, they'll score a try. Haven't heard that before.
They definitely got it right. They didn't need a whole set to even cross over.
Watch again. Hakaraya with a little dummy. And he actually pretty much had Susumi up out of the line, created the gap, an indecision on that defensive play. And Hakaraya gets the try. Te Atatu are in again. And it's 8-6 kick to come. Pewharangi, well, if you were honest, you should throw this over. And they should go into the half with a 4-point lead. We shall wait and see. It's taken both these sides quite some time to find their rhythm, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. like we talked about, it was a bit clunky in the first at least 15 minutes. But it's good to see them starting to roll down the field, starting to get their plays together, run a little bit of shape on those edges.
Pewharangi now to add the extras just before the half. Strikes it well, straight over the black dot, and there are the extras. And as we head towards half-time in this Week 11 match, it's the Roosters 10, the Seagulls 6 in the Battle of the Birds. Good strong crowds in tonight as well. I've got to say, coming back to the, shall we say, the spiritual home ground of the Auckland Rugby League, number 2 here, they're bringing the crowds back, and the footy's important too, and the footy is good.
It will be good.
That's Sebin Lafau limping off for the Papakura Sea Eagles. They'll just want to contain the ball here. I don't think there'll be short kickoffs or the likes. The old T problem again. So, deep kick to restart, seconds before the split here at Go Media Mount Smart Stadium, number 2 for Wednesday Night League. If you're watching this on the Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel, good evening to you wherever you are watching around the world. And if you're watching this on Sky Sports, like Channel 50, trust you're enjoying the footy. That's Dylan Murray in the 17. And that is half-time. First 40 minutes done here at Mount Smart number 2 in Week 11 of the Fox Memorial Premiership. And it's the Roosters gunning for the all-important win, who lead the Seagulls 10-6.
Welcome to Datum Projects, where we make your interior fit outs easy. From start to finish, we bring a wealth of experience to every project, and we love what we do, so please come and meet the team.
We're the project management team. Our responsibility is to ensure a smooth running project from start to finish by having a clear understanding of our clients' expectations. We aim to do this by delivering a stress-free quality fit out on time.
I'm Singh. I'm a quantity surveyor. My role is to understand your needs and tailor my pricing to suit your budget.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm one of the detailers here at Datum Projects. My role is to take the client's architectural drawings and convert them into shop drawings for our factory.
Hi, my name's T. I'm the Health and Safety Manager for Datum Projects, and one of our core principles here is work safe to get you home safe.
Week 11 of the Fox Memorial Premiership. It's the final round of the regular season before we hit the playoffs. And it's the Te Atatu Roosters leading the Papakura Sea Eagles 10 points to 6. It was the Roosters that scored first too. It took a while for both these teams to get going, Charlotte Scanlon, but when they did, this was a tidy try to Paulista Manning.
It was, and just that little touch there from Herbert, way to hold up the defence, draw in that centre, and just let it go. And
it also was an indication that they were finally sort of finding their rhythm. Pewharangi had his hand on the ball a lot of the time leading up to that. And then the hit back was pretty quick. Tanks Tuking, a little dummy half snipe, goes in under Vako Takakala and got them back levelled. They got the conversion successful. It was 6 points to 4, but, you know, little guys love this one. But then Hakara, this was a really tidy play.
Yeah, it was. And it was off an error from Papakura. Just that momentum and that understanding to just hold the ball, have a run, have a dig. We've got a beautiful front door runner there, just holding up that defender and just straight for that try line.
Took a nice little high shot too from Tua on the way down, but doesn't really matter. Scores on the board. Api Pewharangi was able to convert that, and the score right now is 10 points to 6. Let's look at the numbers from half-time. Well, actually, possession rates are a little in favour of the Te Atatu Roosters, but the completion rate's well down on, dare I say, the women who are running at like 80+%. Nothing between this except 2 tries to 1. But we've got to remind you that the Auckland Rugby League love their clubs, and one of those is the Northcote Tigers, who have a proud history and a strong history, but more importantly with family ties, and the generational involvement of the club creates a tightly connected community and support network, allowing the club to continue to thrive year after year. Lots of Premiership footy to look forward to this weekend around the Auckland region with the Fox Memorial Premiership, and the youngsters emulating what they would like to be doing one day. Manukau versus Otahu at Moyle Park number 1. Mount Albert versus Point Chevalier at Fowles Park number 1. Mangere East play Bay Roskill at Walter Massey number 3. Richmond play Glenora at Greyland number 1. A big game for Marist, who are sitting on the cusp of the playoffs in 6th position with 10 points. They face Howick, who are sitting in the 3rd spot at Murray Halberg number 1. All these games being played at 2:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday. So there's a lot of footy to look forward to. Get out and support your team and do the right thing on the sidelines. Support kindly. Don't give the referees or the officials any abuse. Just have a good old time. Take the kids out. Make sure they get those hot chips. Got to have those hot chips, Charlotte. The most important part of watching footy, hot chips and a good old hot dog with tons of tomato sauce, right?
Have to agree with you now that I'm retired. You give me hot chips and a hot dog any day of the week.
Wash them down with an orange juice and some water, and Bob's your uncle. You're all good to go. That's the final round of the regular season in the Fox Memorial Premiership. Lots of footy to play, as there is another 40 minutes here at Go Media Mount Smart number 2, where the Te Atatu Roosters lead by 2 tries to 1, 10 points to 6. Api Pewharangi put the ball in his hands more. A lot more will happen for the Roosters going forward.
Yeah, he's been controlling this side really, really well. I would love to see them just keep using those back 3. They are getting them out of trouble now that they are catching the ball on the full.
Yes, they have been throwing the ball to the heavens, courtesy of Reece Joyce in the number 7 jersey for Papakura. And it has created some problems But after a couple, Robin Shane Herbert has come to the party and holding on to them well. It is pretty cold and pretty dewy out there. So just waiting for the nod to start. Plucky Parkinson in charge at the top of your screen. It will be Papakura running right to left that they will kick off. Let's see how both these sides start in this second 40 as opposed to, as I referred to, the scattergun approach that they did in that first 40. And neither side will be happy with that first half. Good to go. There's the big man, Fune Vakautakakala. Gotta love watching him. Second 40 underway in week 11 of the Fox Memorial Premiership, and its first use of the ball to the Te Atatu Roosters. Strong start required. We can't emphasize enough the importance of the Roosters getting the W tonight. They don't get the W, they can kiss the playoffs goodbye. Murray now, 5 away from halfway. Vakautakakala. Oh, that was a heck of a strong tackle from Tahitua. Stopped him in his tracks. Helped out by Tsese in the 16 jersey. But here comes their flying fullback, Shane Herbert for the Roosters. Pefarangi, he'll go to the edge. Come off the side of his boot. So he didn't get the distance he wanted, but picked up by his own teammate, but well stopped and manhandled by the Papakura Sea Eagles. So they've decided that's the way to go as well.
Yeah, trying to go for the heavens, like you would say. Didn't quite work for them. Only got to just behind the 30. I think a bit more depth might have helped.
Tukinga. Levetti looking for the quick play, not getting it. Tempest all over him, didn't like it either. Got a little bit of a nudge. Probably just to help Tukinga make an extra 3 or 4 metres. That's what you do. That's smart play. That's game awareness. Joyce hands it off to Junior Peter. Tukinga goes to the right-hand side. Gets a nice ball off. Closing in, but they're 5 and last. What do? They keep it in hand. Here come the Seagulls down the sideline, but what a strong defence from the Te Atatu Roosters. And that's how you stop a raid.
You can hear the chat coming off the field from Te Atatu as well, yelling out one-off runners, chill marker, all those kind of communications. As you can see, they're starting to play more like a team.
Yeah. Well, they probably would have served from the coach as well. I'm sure Phil Gordon said, if you want to play postseason ball, start playing like you want to be in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Clyde not really knowing what to go. Has Tahitua all over him. Ooh, ragged him a bit. Didn't like it, felt it. Takakala again. That's a great defense, but they needed 2 to stop him, including Junior Peter. Pefarangi kicks hard and long.
Not their best exit set. Just after saying that they were playing more like a team, they looked more confused than ever.
The Seagulls now. Olivetti. Got to say, Tuking has been busy. He's trying to make something happen, but he's not getting the support he probably deserves. This is Failua Henry Payne now on in the 15 jersey.
This is better from Papakura here, playing
got a
nice
quick,
up-tempo.
Got a quick play too, right? Makes a hell of a difference. Rocco Takagala with a little bit of a rag ball on Tukinga. Joyce still running, holding, still running. Spots the gap, Joyce gets the ball away. Olivetti, and he finds Christopher Smithson, and they strike well. Hold, find the gap and go. No!
Is he saying a forward pass?
It went like that.
Yeah.
Not that anyone can see
I
what I'm
think
doing.
that-
Forward pass.
Yeah, it was called a forward pass. That might have come from the touchy. Unlucky. I thought that was a really great run there from Papakura.
Headline reads, Kura denied.
And the New Zealand Herald, do you reckon?
Oh, high shot. Yeah, he knows it too. He's angry at himself. Tuvailopa, he knows. Just when they're trying to slow the momentum of the Roosters down, it goes too high. It's these unforced errors that, are going to hurt. Going to push them backwards. Yep. So Rooster ball.
Yeah, you could see how disappointed he was there. No one wants that let off. You don't want to let them down the field and put pressure on your own team.
So Roosters start this set on halfway. Neither teams have been an optimal performance, you might say, in this game. Takataka Kala shrugs off Tuvailopa, who tried to throw himself at him.
He's been busy.
Yeah. Wiki Tera, who saw good minutes in the first half, can be busy. This is Murray. Hit hard, stopped. Gets a pretty handy play of the ball, though. Pewharangi is waiting. Drops back inside to Tempest, who's hit. Good hit by Tahitua. 15 out. Here come the Roosters. Little chipping through from Pewharangi, goes nowhere. And watch out. Here comes Christopher Smithson. Denied before. We saw a length of the field try earlier in the women's game. Summer Van Gelder, hell of a try too, I tell you. Not going to happen tonight here at this stage. Papakura could have used it though. Susumia plays the ball halfway. Looks like Sedman Lafau's back out there. He limped off just before half-time. And I don't think much has to be said about the reaction there from Reece Joyce. So now we start talking about moments.
Yeah.
Moments that can switch a game. Now, I know we're early in the second half, but those little things that break the momentum up. When you're starting to find your rhythm, the other team's making mistakes and you can't convert. Does it play on your mind when you get in that situation?
Yeah, I think so. And we saw it in the women's game as well, where the Lionesses had all the momentum, but there was a moment and Howick marched all the way up and scored a try, and that was what sealed the game. So it's all about taking those moments.
22-16, by the way, was the final score in the Women's Premiership game, week 13 of that Premiership. Howick getting the W, one more round of the regular season to play. Later this week, it'll be Manurewa against Otahuhu on Saturday at 12:45 for the Women's Premiership. Then Tani Wharau against the number one team, Otara, also at 12:45 on Saturday. City have the bye. And they've still got one more round of the regular season to go to confirm the 4 semi-finalists. Ball dropped. That hurts. That really does hurt. They are doing it tough tonight, both these teams, with the conditions. There's not much you can say to your mates, is there? You just have to look at them and say, sorry, sifu hoki.
No, and you've got to look at how you get yourself back into the game. You got to get your next touch, your next tackle, your next hit up, but just make it more of a positive impact rather than just letting these errors just compound and then your team's on the back foot the whole time.
Papakura with the ball now. Susumia stopped. Jamie Henry, good play, hit and spin, makes a couple of extra metres, closing it on halfway, early in the tackle account for Papakura and the penalty. There's been a lot of that lazy play on defence, hasn't there?
Yeah.
Lazy or loose?
I didn't quite see what the call was. I think it might have been crowding, so it could have been just a bit too aggressive for no reason. It's a bit of a game awareness, I think.
Yep. So it gives them cheap meters, though, for Papakura. Here they come. Good strong run. That's Vailua Henry Pay.
Is this going to be their moment?
Tukinga waiting as Stedman Lafau straightens it up. Still going Stedman Lafau. How close is he? Ball's popped out. Has he got it down? What's Pucky Parkinson saying? Try. Try to the Papakura Sea Eagles, courtesy of Stedman Lafau. After hobbling off just before half-time, comes back out with both calves taped up, scores a try. Still doesn't look comfortable, does he? There's still a slight hobble there from Stedman Lafau. So we're all locked up, 10-all. And it will be Peter Olivetti to try and add the extra 2 points and thrust Papakura into the lead.
This is anyone's game tonight, and you can see it's going to be who holds the ball. Yeah. Who has possession that is going to win this. Because the errors from both teams are high at the moment. So if they can cut those down, whoever does that first is going to end up gaining metres, scoring tries.
Just like that. Over the black dot, and it's now 12-10 to the Papakura Sea Eagles. So now the mountain just a little bit harder to climb for the Te Atatu Roosters. Remember, they have to win tonight to make the playoffs. They're 2 points behind Marist, who sit at 10 points. Te Atatu and Glenora are both on 8. So a win is crucial. Otherwise, the season's done. Could suggest straightening the tee up a little bit. The tee's on a bit of an angle, so even he looked at it.
Yeah.
Afi Pifarangi starts us off again. It's 12-2, and his side, the Roosters, are behind, but Papakura have made an absolute mess of that. Absolute mess. Jamie Henry. And the door opens again. And you start your set 10 out from your opposition.
Exactly what you want to be able to come back into this game.
Maipi plays the ball at the 10-metre line. Tofa Timoteo backing his way closer towards the try line. Toots Maipi, he could smell that try a mile away. He wanted that. Clyde was going to go on his own, excuse me. And knock on.
Good pressure defence there from Papakura.
Well, you did say, and you threw it out as a cliche, defence does win games.
It does.
It's always been the way. Always been the way. Doesn't matter how bad it is, as long as you affect it.
Yeah. And that goal line defence is crucial.
So an opportunity missed by the Roosters. Now for the Papakura Sea Eagles to work themselves out of their own territory. You know, Charlotte, I know there's always a lot of criticism about, you know, scrums in rugby league, but I actually quite like it as a simple reset. You know, there are other coaches who say, well, it's not a real scrum. No, but I don't think it matters. I think it just still shows that the game has got its differences. It's just a simple reset. Again, loose play. Papakura starting to shoot themselves in the foot a little bit here. That's twice now they've just given cheap ball back to Te Atatu.
I agree with you on the scrums. I actually like them. I like the fact that we give our backs a little bit more space to have a little nudge, create something out of nothing, and then just, like you said, reset.
Yeah. So Rooster ball. Seagulls now on defence again in the blink of an eye when they had an opportunity to work themselves away from their own try line. What can the Roosters produce? Clyde, this is another dropped ball. Tofa Timoteo, his opposite number, picks it up. Matalevi, who was strong in the first half. Tukinga goes, he sees the gap, there were no markers there. Good quick run. Both coaches will be hanging their heads at the moment. There's a lot of bunching though by the Papakura players. Failoi Henripe with the ball on halfway. Still plenty of work to do for the Papakura Sea Eagles, who lead 12-10. Joyce finds Tukinga. Ball comes back inside. Little chip over the back, goes straight into the hands of the fullback, Robin Shane Herbert. But look at the defence he's met with. Almost flipped over on his back. Nice control of the ball, though, when he plays it. My apologies, that was their winger. That was actually their centre, Hikurangi Paki. Johnson plays the ball, finds Clyde. This is Paul Star Manning, try scorer in the first half.
Getting pointed in which way he should be running.
But there are times that you and I both remarked that someone needs to take control. Vako Takakala, thrown to the deck by Matalave. Pewharangi again goes to the air. And well taken. Christopher Smithson does his job, but so too does the chase team.
Not a bad result there from that set.
Gets up slowly. Right knee heavily strapped and ball's gone to ground again for Papakura just on the 10-metre line.
This is the opportunity Te Atatu need to get themselves back in.
They've had two shots recently, right? They've had two shots, same thing. Poor handling, they haven't executed. Now it's an opportunity to settle it down, even play percentage ball and get yourself as close as you can.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are just snatching at the ball. And in this kind of condition with, like you said, like the dewy ball out there, you can't be snatching at it. You've got to have nice soft hands, you've got to take it calmly. You can still run fast.
So, Rooster ball, 10 out from the Papakura line. Pewharangi, ball goes behind Hikurangi Paki and is picked up by Smithson. So, I'll say it, opportunity wasted on tackle one. Tahitua, nice strong carry. He's been solid all night for the Sea Eagles.
Just trying to chance their arm with 21 minutes still to go in this game. I don't think they needed to really be pushing that pass, like you said, on the first.
Malu plays the ball. Cut out ball, brave cut out ball. Here goes Jamie Henry. What's he got? Steps inside, still going, Henry. Too close to the touchline. Be very careful, son. Here come the Sea Eagles. Tukinga Pops one over, finds Stedman and Laval, the former try scorer. Olivetti steps inside, steps again. Gets the ball away. And bang, just like that, he deserves this. Isilele Matalave dumps that ball down, almost buries it. And the Seagulls are in again.
Outstanding run there. That came off, personally, a poor defensive read there. They just shot up out of the line, tried to solve a problem that actually wasn't there, and created the space on the outside for him to have a run. Then great movement of the ball to come back to this left-hand side.
Look at that.
Great.
Love it. Big man scoring tries, trying to bury the ball. And so Papakura extend their lead. And the hopes of a playoff spot for the Te Atatu Roosters start to dim.
With 20 minutes to go, there's still a lot of time for Te Atatu to come back into this game. We've talked about a lot of moments already that they just haven't converted. There were 3 times they were inside their 10, they got brand new sets, and they lost it in the first, second or third. So just those moments that we've talked about, they've got to hold on to the ball, they've got to convert.
Peter Olivetti was a big part of that try just scored by Isilele Matalave, which has it at 16-10 and the kick to come. Now a chance to stretch it that much further and make it harder. 8 points the difference. That's like that mountain with the barrier that says stop. You've got to get past me next. 16, yeah, we can go to the barrier, we're good. It'll lift because we're even. But no, that extra 2 points is the killer. 16-10. Olivetti, can he push it out to 8? The gap. Strikes it. Is it coming around? Yes, it is. Way to go, Peter Olivetti. And the Sea Eagles extend their lead. It's 18-10 over the Roosters in Wednesday Night League, the final round of the regular season of the Fox Premiership. Here it is. There was Olivetti. He was stepping off that left foot, bouncing around, but got the ball away. Matalave from a standing start. Bullish. Threw that ball down, loved it, and he's deserved it. He has been strong all evening, Isilele Matalave. So now, what's the hold up here?
It's not the tee.
Have ball, have tee.
Maybe a player's come off in that far corner.
18 minutes to play in Wednesday Night League in Week 11 of the Fox Premiership. The Papakura Sea Eagles, who sit 4th on the ladder and will be playing post-season football, have scored 2 very strong tries, and now it's uphill for the Te Atatu Roosters. Handling by both sides has been less than 100%. Singi Malu, who started off the bench, was named originally at hooker, has come on, trying to push Paki Parkinson just a little bit.
Go 3. Okay, now 10. Lock in 15. Wait for it. Wait. Go 4.
This is Chris Funui in the 6. Try score on Matalave, wants some more. Why wouldn't you too? Hey, why wouldn't you want some more? Next 5 minutes, probably crucial for the Roosters as to where their heads are at after conceding 2 tries in 20 minutes. Got to say, the little men for the Roosters have done well.
They have done well, and their carries, their exit sets have been awesome.
Not the biggest Roosters going around.
No, just using their footwork, poking their nose through that defensive line, trying to get some front foot footy going.
Johnson waiting. Maipi. Nice ball. Good run too. Needed that one. And Hookie gets the extra penalty, and it'll be free yards. Actually, that's, yeah, it is, yeah. No, that's...
Now Te Atatu have to complete if they're wanting to get in this game. Only 15 minutes to go. They need to make sure that they're building that pressure.
Might be now in an acting half. Comfortable with that. This is Caleb Williams in the 18 off the bench. 9 out. Can they strike back? Start putting some pressure on the Sea Eagles. And a knock on again. Knock on again by the Roosters. There's not much you can do about that, is there? You just have to shake your head.
Yeah. I think the amount of times that they've had errors in this game, they will be quite disappointed with themselves. They're creating opportunities. They're getting down into the 10. They're getting extra sets. They're just not using them.
Last 10 minutes, you'd say they've been down there at least 4 times and have coughed it up 4 times.
Yeah. And early on in the set, just not building that pressure.
As you say, snatching at the ball. Probably comes from impatience too.
Very clear about that, going too early.
So, relieving penalty for the Papakura Sea Eagles. It's a beautiful night here at Go Media Mount Smart Stadium number 2. Not one of the coldest nights that we've had in the Auckland region, but certainly a winter's night. Good night to be watching on Sky Sports Select Channel 50 or on the Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel. Trust you're warm and happy watching the footy. 18-10, Papakura lead Te Atatu in the final week of the round robin competition before postseason play. Papakura will be there. And I hate to say it, but it's looking increasingly unlikely that the Roosters will be. Here he goes again. Tahitua looked to get it away, but there was plenty of cover running in the form of Rooster players. And again, they give it away, this time through Sean Tempest.
Yeah, he made his tackle. Great tackle. Got a bit of separation there within that tackle and then tried to go back on. Can't do that if you've got to hold them all the way down. If you let go, you've let go.
When you're ready, go. Play on. You blocked it. Play on.
Tahitua. Ball dropped.
That's one way to get the ball back.
Yeah. It's in moments like this, you're sort of asking for someone from Te Atatu, just take control. Pewharangi should be that guy.
Yeah, take control, get the go forward, start organising. But like we've said, it's not getting down the field that's been their problem. It's been the converting of that momentum, of those moments.
Tempest wants to make up for the mistake and the penalty he gave away. Might be waiting. Looking up. Needs to run. A little pop ball out there. There's Caleb Williams in the headgear. Might be again. Tempest. Second carry in the set. Pewharangi holding it. Hakaraya. Good, strong defence from Susumia. 5 and last. And that's gone way behind, but picked up beautifully by Kilatuha. Caught it behind him, facing the wrong way. Nice skills. This is Smithson. Has come off his wing. Help the forwards out.
Straight up, 10! He's in, boys, pull!
Papakura pretty bunched. Nothing looks like it's on at the moment. Stedland and Lafau, try scorer. First try scorer in the second half.
Yeah, Papakura definitely playing like they're not the ones under pressure, which is correct. They need to make sure they just hold on to the ball. Don't even give Te Atatu an option to get back into this game.
5 and last. Papakura. Joyce goes to the air. Spiral, they can let it bounce. Comes off the legs of Papakura Sea Eagles and also the Roosters, and well taken.
Yeah, very well taken. Have we got another knock on, or? Yes, we do.
Val, come 2 steps up. Val, come 2 steps up.
So, more easy meters given to Papakura, courtesy of Te Atatu. There'll be a lot of talk in the sheds afterwards by the coaches about, particularly to Papakura, who you know are going to play postseason, that you're not going to win a premiership playing like that. Now, you can take conditions into account. We accept that. But direction, cohesion, I'm sure those will be words brought up. Failoi Henry Pay. Still going. Legs still driving. Caleb Williams hanging off him.
I think playing under fatigue as well, that understanding that even when you're fatigued, you can still be thinking, you can still be directing, playing good footy.
Inside the last 10. Chukinga wants a quick play, doesn't get it. Pay again, second carry in the set, inching towards the Roosters line. They can finish the Roosters season here. Chukinga looks up again, pushing. He may have got this down. He has. He gets try number 2, Tanks Chukinga. It wasn't really close to the line, but it was a snipe anyway.
It was a really good run. Have the floodgates opened. Have Te Atatu started to just lose a bit of confidence?
Who knows, but making all the plays right now in this half. Look at this, it was well out. It was a good 5 or 6 out. His last try was about 1 out, and he got under them, but he got under them again. And believe it or not, he got under Vakau Takakal again. So it's a double to Tunks Chukinga, and the score is now 22 points to 10. Kick to come from Olivetti. And if you're a Roosters supporter, I think we can confidently say postseason play is not going to happen in 2023 in the Fox. Olivetti eyes up the sticks, goes through his routine. Not going to get the extras, but it might not matter. The lead is now 12. And the Papakura Sea Eagles lead the Te Atatu Roosters 22 points to 10 in Wednesday Night League at Go Media Mount Stadium, number 2. Final round of the regular season for the men's premiership, the Fox Memorial. So much history in this tournament. Short kickoff. And picked up by Papakura in the end. He's caught a knock-on from Chris Finui.
Yeah, rushing to pack the scrum there so they can stop the clock.
A little over 6:20 to play. It's a long shot.
Yeah, bro, come up to me.
Rooster ball.
Come on, boys. Wait for it.
You'd want to score to kind of pull back that score line and bring some pride back into this game, because they have been competitive for 90% of this game.
Williams showing some fancy footwork. 12 out from the Kura line. Toots might be waiting. Here he goes again, the big man. Fine Vakau Takakala. 5 out. Maipi, does he look up and you know he was going to go. He's desperate for a try. Pewhairangi. Little lost. Hands it off to Tempest. He says, thanks, great, I'll take the tackle. But now do they set up for something? Maipi's looking. Pewhairangi's going left. A little over 5 to play.
Thought I was watching a game of touch for a second there.
Keep going, keep going.
Ball comes wide. And it was last tackle. Not too much you can say about that, Charlotte.
No, we talked about Pewhairangi really coming in and kind of directing a little bit. Not quite what you wanted in good ball. They looked very lost.
Papakura now. Under 5 minutes to play, leading 22 points to 10. They will be in the postseason. This win will give them 16 points in the table, which temporarily will have them equal on points, at least with Howick. And Marist will breathe a sigh of relief. They face Howick this weekend, and they're sitting in the 6th position, the final playoff spot. Glenora have Richmond, the second place team, at Greyland number 1 on Saturday at 2:30. Can Glenora do something to maybe put some pressure on Marist? But they'd be feeling a bit tough after being beaten last week. The Bears 68-4 by Otahuhu.
Come on.
Pewhairangi kicks early, charged down, but then knocked on. So what does he do? Just kicks it wide. We know the FIFA Women's World Cup's about to start, but the ball's round and doesn't bounce around as much. Pewhairangi feel like it's a bit late to get busy, get involved. Hikorangi Paki.
Hands up, Red! Hands up, hands up, Red! Hands up, crowd him! Wait! Go free.
Pewhairangi finds Vakau Takala.
Hold! Take 15 now! Turn on! Hold!
Maipi's waiting. Which way does he go? He goes left. Hakaraya. Ball's gone behind. It's been picked up, but knocked on by Papakura.
We got injury. Full time, we got injury, bad ankle. Knock on Kura.
So knock on Papakura, time off with 2:49 to play.
Let's come, Te Atatu. No, your people are here. Time's off. Alrighty.
So, time about to be put back on by referee Paki Parkinson. 22-10, Papakura set to be in the playoffs in the 2023 Fox Memorial Premiership, and another ripping night of Wednesday Night League on Sky Sports Select and the Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel. But again, some miscommunication from the Te Atatu Roosters costing them Maipi. And ball goes down. I think that's been the story of the night. Not just for the Roosters, but also somewhat for the Papakura Sea Eagles as well. Yeah, big sigh from Te Atatu coach Phil Gordon. Not much you can do. You can only ask the players to do what you've been training. There's a few heads hanging now in the blue and red team.
Need to get in front, mate.
Chooks look cooked.
Stay on. That's fine. Stay on. Go back.
Ball's popped out. It's loose.
Stay on. He's held. Stay now, Uppy. Hold.
So now all the Papakura Sea Eagles need to do is hang on to the ball and just play some percentage football. Oh, Tempest, who's been in it all tonight.
Go through. Play it on the mark. Give us Sean. Give him space. Hold. Away, Sean.
Tahi Tua just happy to take the tackle. Then Joyce launches one. Launches a long one too. Herbert's going to have to work his way out. Oh, he just gets there too. So the second effort called against Papakura from referee Parkinson.
Number 4. And the 2. Yes.
So one more crack by the Te Atatu Roosters to see if they can score in the second half. They scored first through Paulo Manning in the opening half. Hakarai scored as well. But Tukinga got things close. It was 10-6 at half time. Sedman and Lafau scored, but the Lave scored, and then Tukinga got the double. That's why the score is at 22-10 and a little over 30 to play in Wednesday Night League. Great shot on Vako Takakala. Gotta love it, even to the end. They're throwing themselves in there. That was Lewis Sosomia.
Still got it, go straight. You're offside. Still got it. Help! Release here! Go forward. Come, you're still on. Play on.
So Toots might be allowed to get away and keep running, but the ball's gone loose and then knocked on. Tempest. What a heck of a night. They're going to try and play it out. Hooter's gone. Still going. Just kick the ball out. Night's done. And that'll do it. The opening match in the final weekend of the regular season for the Fox Memorial Premiership. And the Papakura Sea Eagles get the win. 22 points to 10, 4 tries to 2. They will be in post-season footy. Sadly, though, for the Te Atatu Roosters, the Fox season is done. They started at 7, and right now they will stay at 7. It's the top 6 that make the playoffs. Stay with us. We'll get some post-game reaction shortly, right here on Sky Sports Select and the Auckland Rugby League's YouTube channel, live. So players going through the standard congratulations. It's all fair and love and war. You may be battling your mates or whatever on the footy field, but afterwards, let's sit down and talk about it. Have a cold one and enjoy what we've been doing. But the Sea Eagles, the Papakura Sea Eagles, who were the surprise packet early in the season, and many people saying, look out, here they come, particularly when it was qualifying time for the main rounds. They were a team to watch. Well, they might just be the team to watch, but their coach will certainly want them, Vicesio Stefano, to play better football and more controlled football. They get the win, 22 points to 10, and will now have a long weekend to sit back and wait and see where they finish. As far as the playoffs go, they still sit in 16th position as we look at the numbers. And the completion rates, as you can imagine with the amount of drop ball, it was sitting at 70% at halftime, fell well down, and the Roosters number has dropped to below 60%, and they did drop a lot of ball, and they will know that. We're not telling you anything you don't know. But 4-2 in the final scoreline is the one that tells the story of tonight here at Go Media Mount Smart Stadium number 4. So as it stands at the moment, 16 points they will sit on at the moment. Papakura, that will sit them, well, third equal, but they'll be playing in week 1, let's just put it that way, of the postseason play. Righty-ho, let's get some post-game reaction now as we go to Papakura. Charlotte?
And the boys pulled through and ended up pulling through at the end of the game. You know? I think with our captain out there, Stedman, he gives us a lot of spray and he tells us when we're wrong, and then we just got to follow him. And he came back on the field and he took us to the end.
And what will you be working on heading into the next game?
I have no idea really. We'll let our coaches deal with that after they watch this game. Because when you're on the bench, they're telling us that we're doing a lot of things wrong. So we're going to have to deal with the spray on probably tomorrow night.
Tough game out there today. How are we feeling and what are we working on for the next game?
Yeah, firstly, just big kia ora out to all the boys' partners. I know they're probably putting the kids down tonight, so, too much, and appreciate all our wives out there. For us, I think, we just got rolled through the middle. Reece got to his kicks a little bit too good. And, we got to play an 80-minute performance. First 40 was good, but we dropped off that second 40. So, we'll work on that. There was an opportunity to jump into the 6 tonight with a couple of results going our way. Didn't happen, so I guess we're playing for the shield from here on out.
It looked like you rolled up the field really well, just getting into good ball, a bit of indecisiveness. What can you do to change that?
I think it's just combinations there. We just got to get that right. Our comms has to be a little bit better in the points we're getting to and what we're setting up there. But 10-day layoff, we'll hopefully work on that and be better for it. Yeah. Thank you.
And that completes Wednesday Night League for another evening here at Go Media Mount Smart Stadium number 2. Congratulations in the Women's Premiership to the Howick Hornets, winning 22-16 over arch rivals the Mount Albert Lionesses. And congratulations too to the Papakura Sea Eagles, who got the win and finished the season for Te Atatu and the Fox with a score 22-10. Just a reminder, games still to play. Manukau Otahu, Mount Albert Point Chevalier, Mangere East against Bay Roskill, Richmond versus Glenora, Marist against Howick. All those games starting at 2:30 at their respective grounds. On behalf of all the team that brought you another cracking night of Wednesday Night League, until next time, make sure you enjoy the great game of rugby league.